Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we are here at the beautiful, historic Fred Roberts Hotel. And of course, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, that time of the year when you really kind of think about how your year kind of started off, where it was in the middle and where it ended, and of course where you want to go from there. And we've got Mr. Bill Perry, who's a staple in this community, that's with us. How are you?
I'm fine, but I'd rather talk about Pat Stanley playing basketball. That's what I remember.
You do know that was over 30 years ago.
Let's not talk about that. We're not going to talk about that because I was grown up before you were born. So let's change the subject.
But back then you were so heavy into it.
But right now I'm just heavy. And I'm going to lose some weight. Yes, I am. Don't laugh over there.
And so when we think about that, Bill, we're talking about these resolutions. And, that's a big one where people always, they talk about losing weight.
It's a traditional one, but I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm way too heavy. I saw a bad number on the scale. Mm-hmm. And so I have gone around and I've told everybody I'm going to lose 25 pounds by March.
And you're telling everybody now?
Well, when I saw you, I've come down here to play chess. And so if you're out there, you can play chess with us if you'll come down to the Fred Roberts on Thursday. But you're right. I told everybody I see, the more people you tell, mm-hmm. the more accountable you have to be.
You've got a bunch of accountability partners here.
That's right. So 25 pounds. Mm-hmm. And so that would get me only about 10 pounds over high school weight.
Wow.
That would be pretty good.
Now, if I went and got to 10 pounds over my high school, wow, I don't even know how that's humanly possible for me.
Well, I don't know if this broadcast is rated PG, but men don't like skinny women.
Oh my Lord!
And so don't do that. Don't let that be a resolution. But resolutions are good.
Yeah.
And you just have to have a partner. Mm-hmm. And I've been married 40 years.
Yes,
I got a good partner to keep me on track.
Right.
And men can lose weight, I think, easier than women mm-hmm. lose weight.
Yeah.
So I hope somebody who sees this will ask me between now and I'm going to try March 1st.
Yeah.
But during March, I'm going to hit my goal.
And so what are you going to do to kind of assist or to help yourself reach that goal?
Well, I guess not everybody has the ability to fast, mm-hmm. but I can fast.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people don't like it, but I do. I've done it a number of times. Mm-hmm. Water only.
Wow. And
so it's remarkable how it clears you up.
Yeah.
It clears your vision. It clears your head, and it's. I've fasted a number of times. Mm-hmm. Some of it was Lord-based,
right,
and everything went great.
Yeah.
Some of it was me-based, and I was in a bad mood the whole time.
Gotcha.
It did not work right.
Didn't go right.
Didn't go right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get to be my age, and you just don't need to be overweight. Mm-hmm. So that's the plan.
And let me ask you this, Bill. What do you think it is that makes it so difficult for people to kind of maintain when they have these resolutions? They're very, strict about it. They've got their list. They start off gung-ho. I mean, they're out of the gate like, phew. But then what makes them kind of fizzle?
I just think that we have habits, and habits are hard to break. A lot of times I find myself eating out of a habit rather. I wasn't hungry at all.
Right. But you see it?
Yeah, and so I don't know. I also worry a little bit about the food we eat mm-hmm. and what's in it.
Right.
It makes us all overweight, and today's people are a lot bigger than they were 50 years ago, mm-hmm. and who knows what we're eating. But I eat too much junk. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to try to cut back on that.
All right. Well, listen, we really hope that you reach your goal, exceed it, if that's even possible for you. Take it easy. You've got a lot of accountability partners out there that are going to check on you. We'll see, hey, Bill, how's it going?
Well, the problem is if I get really trim, I might just become irresistible, and that would cause problems. That would be a problem.
So take it easy. Take it easy, Mr. Perry. Take it easy.
I'll do it.
Don't overwhelm us.
All right.
All right. Well, it's so good to see you.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, to your beautiful wife, and we just wish nothing but great things for you this year to come.
Thanks.
This is Mr. Bill Perry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a young man with us here that's going to share with us a little bit about himself, and we're going to talk about his resolutions and the things in his life that he kind of wants to change just a little bit or do a little bit differently. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
All right, share with us.
My name is Kennard Green. I'm a resident here of Dublin, Georgia now. I'm a student of Oconee Fall Line Technical College. I'm coming to become an RN. My New Year's resolution this year is to become a better student, a better person, help out more here in the community, as far as the youth as well. Do as much as we can to be able to become one.
Yeah.
Become one, and, just stop the negativity that's going on in the community, and just be able to be a role model to those who look up to me.
Now, have you always been a role model?
Yes, ma'am, always.
So this is for you to kind of increase, to do a little bit more as a role model.
Exactly.
And so for you, Kennard, when you think about this year and how the year's gone for you, have there been any highlights that that really stand out to you for this year?
Yes. For one, I know they're doing a lot of cleanup here in the community. Far as new homes being built, to get more college students in as well. Middle Georgia, we have Oconee, we have GMC now, which is very good. It's just to open up the community to those who want to stay in a small town, and as well be able to say, hey, I graduated my hometown.
That's right. That's right. And you've come in from a large city to come to this area. And how was your transition been?
It was crazy, but I can say, I have met a lot of wonderful people along this journey. I've worked at Chick-fil-A of Dublin, Georgia as well, which, my pleasures, big thing.
That's right. And I love going in there. Thank you. My pleasure.
And I feel like it was kind of for the best as well, because it kind of put me in a different, kind of place to be able to see these are different types of people, in life that you may meet that can have a good, kind of like feeling, like, hey, I met this kind of person because, of this, and I met this kind of person because of that. So it's been a good experience.
That's good. And so here you are, you're at J. Keaton Salon and Spa.
Exactly. I'm an assistant right now. Everyone who knows J. Keaton knows. He's crazy.
He's something else. You'll get to see him in just a little bit. And so, thank you for sharing your resolution with us, because it's like, I think that as individuals, we always want to seek to kind of do better in ways to where we could be a more of a positive influence on people's lives, And like you said, there's been a lot of things that have been happening, not just in this community, but in the world, to where there's been some great division. And of course, we need young men like yourself to kind of stand up and say, I'm going to commit to doing things better. I'm going to commit to living my life to where other young men can see what I do and would want to emulate me.
Exactly.
And you're 19 years old.
Yes, ma'am. 19, I've always had like an adult mindset. I was always told, a lot of elderly people admire the person that I am, because they're like, we need more people like you. What can we do to get more people like you? Like, everyone's not going to be exactly like me. Everyone is unique in their own ways.
Right.
But what can we do to have people on the same respect level as I am?
And here you are. All right, so listen, have a great year. Kennard, it's been an honor and a pleasure to meet you. You sound and seem like a young man who really has your head on your shoulders, and you're really trying to look forward and be a positive influence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, keep doing great things.
Thank you. Same to you.
This is Mr. Kennard Green, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell. I want to say thank you to the community for allowing us to help you in your financial plans. If you're looking for a personal banker to assist you in meeting all your financial needs, then let me invite you to stop by our location on Bellevue Avenue in Dublin. You'll love our location, our services, and especially our people. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, the bank that's service-built, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
There's a new place for senior care, a place with 24-hour valet service and a boutique salon. place with all-day arts and crafts. It even has a day spa. A place that's so much like home because, well, it is home. Home Instead Senior Care, when you need personalized care in the comfort of home.
This has been such a fun evening, and of course, we've got a guest with us to my right who is absolutely precious, and we've been having a wonderful time offset. And we've got Miss Sophia. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Now, Sophia, people've got to know who you are, okay? So why don't you share with the people out there of Dublin, Lawrence County, tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about your family and what brings you to Dublin. Are you ready? All right, go for it.
My name is Sophia, and I live in South Carolina. And what brought me here is because I was born here, but my mom had got married in South Carolina, and I lived there, and then I come here every next Friday.
So you visit, who do you visit when you come here?
I visit my nanny and dee-dah, which are my grandpa and grandma.
What are their names? Because we all know them, but we don't know them as Dee-Dah.
My dee-dah's name is Randy Stone. My nanny's name is Lynn Stone.
Very nice. And so have you been having a good time here?
I've had a very good time.
All right. Now listen, you and I have been talking. You know, we've been talking about this New Year's resolution thing. You don't even know what that means, did you? You're like,
Not really.
Exactly. So we've been talking to people about their New Year's resolution. And so what that means, Sophia, is what is it that you want to do differently? Or some things that you want to stop doing, some bad habits that you've had. And so that's what people have been, they've been giving us those kind of answers. And so I'm going to give you an example, okay? And then you kind of think about some stuff for you. For me, I kind of, I want to change my eating habits. I want to, I know, I want to eat better, and I want to get more sleep. I want to kind of, get proper rest because I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not 6.5, so I need to get my rest. And what about you? What kind of things can you think about for you?
I think that I got a new Bible for Christmas, and I think that I should read it more often.
Oh, that's good. I think that's me too. That's me too. Do you like to read?
I love to read.
And so here it is, you've got a new Bible, and so you're going to do better about reading. What is the best time you think for you to read? Is it best to read in the morning or at night before bed?
I think both.
Yeah, okay. And so you're going to probably read just a few minutes in the morning and a few minutes at night, right?
I probably would.
Yeah, and so here it is, you're in school though, right? You're going to be starting school.
Yes,
What grade are you in?
I am in first grade.
You're in the first grade. So you've been on a break. So you've been having a good break though, just
I
kind of.
have.
Yeah, are you going to be ready to go back to school?
Yes, I have missed my friends.
Oh, wow. Do you have a lot of friends?
Yes, a lot.
Very good. All right, so one thing that you're going to do is you're going to read your Bible more. What about anything else you want to do differently or do something extra?
Well, I want to pray for my friend Trenton extra. He is struggling with a very bad sickness, cancer.
Oh, wow.
And he's very sick, but I keep praying for him, and I want to pray for him more and more and more.
Sophia, you have such a good heart. Do people tell you that a lot? You have such a sweet spirit, and for you to even want to pray even more for him. And, I believe what the Bible says, that prayer does change things. It really does. And so do you get to talk to him much?
I don't talk to him much, but he sometimes does come and visit us at our school.
And how old is he?
He is 6.
He's 6 years old. And so to the people out there in Dublin, Lawrence County who do pray, why don't we tell them or ask them to pray for him as well?
Yeah.
Okay? That's good. You've got some great resolutions, and you didn't even know what that word meant. And so, Sophia, people, they tell us stuff about, how we had one guest who said that he wants to do more in the community, to help other people. And then another guest said that he wanted to lose weight. I know. I think that's mine too. What do you think? Do you think I can handle it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know.
You don't really know, do you? I know. And so this new year, 2018, what do you want to do? Any fun things you want to make sure that you do this year?
I really want to go swimming.
Well, where do you want to go swimming? Where?
There's at my uncle, me and my nanny, we used to go there because they have this huge swimming pool.
Are you a good swimmer?
I still have to swim with floaties more often.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're still young, and I think that once you become a stronger swimmer, you're going to do just fine.
Yeah,
You
but
think?
I do know how to swim underwater
Oh, do you?
without floaties.
Without floaties. So you're good then. All right. Well, listen, it's been such a pleasure to meet you. You have been so great, and it's been so nice to have you here in Dublin for as long as you've been, and we hope that you do come back to visit with us. Can you pinky swear that you'll come back to visit?
I do.
You do? All right. Well, anything else you want to share with everyone?
I do have a New Year's resolution, which there's this girl in my class, and she's not doing very good in school, and I hope that this year when I come back to school, she's going to do better.
Oh, my Lord, look at you. You care about so many people outside of yourself. You have such an unselfish love and care and concern for people. And so we hope and pray that she does better this time, too, and that she really applies herself and that she really does her work.
And I also hope that there's these people in a fire, and I hope that they find a good home and they live a good rest of their life.
That's right. There was a home that burned down that you saw. And so, and that's our prayer, too, that they do kind of get restored as far as the things that they've lost, you know, because I know that's kind of hard, a lot of memories that you lose in the fire. And no one was hurt?
No, they were all like huddled out there, like cuddled up and everything.
Just so thankful that they're alive, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, you have such a good heart, Sophia, and it's been so nice. If you ever see Sophia out in the community, please wave at her and tell her hi. And where do you think that you get this sweetness from and this gentle and kind heart? Where do you think it comes from?
I think I get it from my loving family.
Oh, my. You about to make me cry, Sophia. You hear me? Look at me, woman. Don't you dare let me mess up my makeup crying. You are adorable. You know that? Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you to your loving family for allowing you to spend a little time with us, okay? And we'll see you around.
I hope I can do this next time.
I hope you can too. I mean, they're going to request you. I'm just sure of it. You're going to have a fan page.
They're going to be like, Sophia, you're going. I don't care if you don't want to go, you're going.
That's right.
And I'm going to be like, you don't even have to beg me.
That's right. I'm going to be doing like this. Sophia, come back.
And I'll be like, I'm coming back.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
This is Sophia. Such a pleasure.
Choose the convenience of Neighbors Express and get friendly, courteous service every time you visit any of our convenient locations. Fill up with pay at the pump and take advantage of our bigger and better selection of beverages and tobacco products. And buy 12 packs of Pepsi products, 2 for $6.99. Enjoy the popular crushed ice with your favorite fountain drink. Also enjoy a fresh, hot breakfast. Stop by for lunch or dinner. It's always fresh, always convenient at Neighbors Express. Now located at I-16 and 441 and in Cedar Grove, providing farm fuel for all our customers. Count on the convenience of Neighbors Express. K's Electronic Vapor in Dublin would like to salute all veterans by offering 50% off all starter kits, and with any starter kit, save 50% on liquids. That's at K's Electronic Vapor for all veterans throughout the month of November. Come in and save 50% off starter kits, and with a starter kit, save half off on flavors. Bring your military ID to K's Electronic Vapor, 1505 Rice Avenue in Dublin, saluting all our vets. Thank you for your service. From everyone at K's Electronic Vapor.
Okay, we have Jason with us here of J. Keaton Salon and Spa. And of course, I have been just mesmerized by little Sophia. And of course, so Jason, you're going to have some pretty big shoes to fill. I mean, we're going to have to rescue cats and puppies and everything from burning buildings and bushes and everything we can think of to top that interview.
That's right. Somebody's got to get their tights out and fly from roof to roof.
I'm telling you.
They'd be like a superhero to come after that one.
Exactly.
She's an amazing young woman, you know.
She really is. And you know, when you at that age, and they're always so impressionable, but to hear someone at that age speak at the level of maturity and that innocence,
Right.
and that love that she shares, that was just beautiful.
That's right. That's right. My resolution, I'm going to tell you,
Go
is
ahead.
to be more like Sophie. Sophia?
Yes, I think
Sophia.
that should be all of our resolutions. I mean, she's talking about reading the Bible more. She said morning and night,
Wow.
praying for the sick. I mean, you know, just the heart that she has.
Right.
And when you think about this year for you, Jason, what have been some of the highlights for you and for your family?
Oh, this past year, we got so many things to be thankful for. Of course, our health and the ability to be in business again, let it another year.
Yeah.
That's always an accomplishment from year to year as a
Right.
business owner. And we appreciate our clients and the customers that make that such a success. So we are here to give to them, and we can give to someone else. You know, so it's a stair step. You know, you
Yeah.
got to take one step at a time. So we, you know, they give to us, and we can give to them. So it's about, we've been truly blessed. You know, as far as what we've been able to do, and looking forward to next year, and even branching out to see what else we can do to help people in need. And,
That's right.
and be part of the community. So
Very good. And you've been such a great part of this community. And of course, you know, when you think about you personally, what kind of goals or what kind of things that you've resolved to do differently or to do that you had not been doing for the upcoming 2018?
Well, it's funny you asked. I mean, I've actually been partnered with a friend of mine in Macon, and he and I are going to kind of hold each other accountable, and kind of instead of fly by the seat of our pants, more or less, you know, that's our artistic side. We want to kind of ground ourselves and kind of have a year goal, set goals, and either small goals and then have long-term goals to see where we want to be in a year from now, where do we want to be 5 years from now.
Right.
And you know, for me, I've never really had somebody to work with me on that side, so it's I'm excited about starting that, to set little goals and then reach those goals, and really put a plan together to see where we
And how exciting it is when you set these small goals and you attain them, and it's like, yes, I've accomplished something. I can cross that off of my list of things, you know. And, you know, we share about resolutions where people come up with sometimes the same resolutions every year, Jason, and still cannot reach them, or they kind of fizzle out within the first week or months. What is it? What would you say it is that hinders people? What is it that causes people to just really start out the gate like really gung-ho to do these things? Like, and a lot of them are health things. A lot of them things about their physical appearance. A lot of them, you know, like service type things for their community, to be closer to your families. For what I think about it, I just like life happens, you know, when people just kind of lose focus and lose that.
Well, my opinion, I think would be sometimes you just hit the ground running too hard, and you get exhausted from the beginning. You know, slow and steady wins the race. And I think, you know, if you were to keep yourself at a good pace, sometimes too much change too quick, too drastic, it's just hard to adapt to it, and you kind of fall back to your just usual routine. So for me, I would say, you know, from my previous, you know, failures and my resolutions and whatnot, would be for me to kind of step back, reevaluate, and maybe just not just go full force, you know, either, you know, totally in or totally out. You know, just kind of take some baby steps, and then just have it acclimate to you and become part of your life. And I think you can really, once they become part of your routine, they're easier to maintain.
You're absolutely right. And I think that a lot of things that we have to do are lifestyle changes, because a lot of the habits that we have, like Bill Perry was saying, or some habits are hard to break. And I think that when we make a lifestyle change, I think that for me, I think it has to be something inward before it can work its way outward.
Oh, I totally agree with that. I mean, it's like a foundation. You know, you got to start from the inside out. Sometimes you got a good foundation, and you just build upon that, and you know, you just want to make sure that each level that you're stacking on top of the other one is a reflection in a positive way of what you got going on. So, you know, for me, I think it would be, you know, just not overwhelm myself and not to be disappointed. Too many people get disappointed, discouraged, because a lot of times, even with people, they want to see immediate results. Even me, you know, you want instant gratification nowadays. And it just doesn't happen, you know. Instant gratification only is monetary. I mean, it's just going to give you that. It's like buying something new, you know, or a new toy. You got these kids got these new toys, and it's the best thing right now. In a month or two from now, they might not even be picking it up. So you know, you just want to prioritize things, you know, and then put things in order. And then, you know, like I say, you know, don't overwhelm yourself.
There it is.
So,
Very good. You're spoken like a true Sophia.
Sophia, she is a doll, a sweetheart. And I'm just, you know, like I said, I mean, being serious. I mean, she, you know, the children just, you know, with that kind of outlook on life is just such a blessing. And really, you know, a lot of things we just take for granted and we overlook because we focus too much on the negatives and the stressors and and everything else, and you just see the world through a child's eyes.
Yeah. It's, you know, just, you know, listening to you and listening to the wisdom that's coming from you about just really having to pace ourselves, you know, and to put those goals out there that are really attainable.
That's right.
And to really, like how with Sophia, the way she shared, you know, we have to kind of lay aside weights too.
Right.
Because I think the weights really do beset us. I think that they really do kind of, you know, get in the way of you know, us keeping our eye on the prize.
That's right. I would totally agree. It's, you know, like your first heartbreak or your first, you know, you didn't get a home run or whatever it is, you know, that you've been trying for, you know, whatever it is that's kind of made you cautious. You know, sometimes you just become too cautious.
That's
you know, and then we guard ourselves and then we don't open ourselves up to freely, you know, live life like we should be living because we're just going at 100 miles an hour when we should be going at like 20, you know, perhaps.
That's right.
But you know, I mean, I love life.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
And sometimes I'm not as grateful as I should be.
Yeah.
But you know, I want to make this year. I think 2018, something about it just has a good feeling about it. And the people I've spoke with about 2018, everybody just has, you know, really positive, optimistic, you know, feeling about it. Something about this, you know, 2018, I said, it's just going to be a good year. And I think if you keep saying it's going to be a good year, then eventually we'll get there.
That's right. We're calling those things out.
And
so, Jason, if you would give a message out there to the people of Dublin, Lawrence County for the year of 2018, because, you know, you've got some, you know, you think about the younger ones, like teenagers. Teenagers, their emotions go up and down, you know, and I mean, they've got a lot of stressors in their life, the high school students or school, you know, school age, college students, you know, they have a lot of things that can really distract them, a lot of peer pressure. And so when you do want to set goals, you know, you have to think about who you are as an individual and not set that goal because Jason has this goal, so I'm going to do this. So give a message out there just to encourage the people out there.
If I could say something, I would probably say just take your time. Make sure this is something, you know, in your life that you are passionate about and something that you want to do. Don't compare yourself to, you know, like she was saying, anybody else, because their dreams and their passions aren't your dreams and passions. So you just strive for what it is in your heart that you truly believe in and do it 100%, 110%. And then, you know, then good things will happen. I truly believe that, and God bless everybody. So.
That was beautifully said. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jason Keaton here of J. Keaton Salon and Spa. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think I want to be like you and Sophia.
Girl, I want to be like you.
All right.
Hi, I'm Anna Grace with Myers Equipment and Supply, your dealer for the complete line of Can-Am side-by-sides and ATV products. For hunting, farming, or riding the trails, Can-Am has the models you need. If you want all-out performance, choose the Can-Am Maverick line of side-by-side. With models up to 172 horsepower, 20 inches of ground clearance, 24 inches of suspension travel, power steering, and four-wheel drive, there is nowhere you can't go. And nowhere you can't go quickly. Coming soon, the Maverick Trail, with features like its larger sibling. The Maverick Trail will go places you never thought possible. Come into Myers Equipment today and see the full line of Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
I'm Locke Wilford. Buying the right pre-owned vehicle is easy at Dublin Auto Outlet. Power or style, all are affordable. Dublin Auto Outlet, downtown across from the new Dairy Queen.
All right, we are back, and I tell you, this has been such a great evening, and so many people that we've been having the opportunity to meet and chat with, you know, bringing in, of course, the new year, getting ready for 2018. Of course, we've got my classmate with us, class of 1988, Dublin High School, Dr. Cynthia Hicks. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you, Cynthia.
Good to see you too.
I know. You know, this is an exciting time for us, I think, that as classmates, because we're embarking on 30 years of having graduated from high school.
Can you believe that?
I know. It's
I
hard
can't.
I can still remember moments of high school, you know, and things that were very significant for us. And so, you know, Cynthia, we've been talking all evening about our resolutions and things that we want to do differently.
Yes.
How has your 2017 been?
Well, I cannot complain. My 2017 has gone well. One of the things that I promised that I would do in this year was to spend more time with my family.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that I have been able to do, and it has felt so good to be able to do that. Especially, you know, knowing that people are leaving here every day.
Yeah.
We're losing people every day. And even within my family, we've had some, you know, illnesses and some things to happen.
Right.
So we try more and more to spend more time with each other because we never know when the last time is going to be.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, we've lost family members and close friends, and and of course, we just lost our classmate, Louis Stanley.
Yes, yes.
And so, you know, when it hits home to you, when you realize that the next day is not promised, it really helps. It makes you put things in perspective, you would say.
Yes, very much so.
And so here it is, you know, we're embarking on 2018. So it's like, you know, and people tend to reflect. They reflect on how this past year has gone and things that they're like, okay, this has happened. I've been this way. I'm going to change this. You know, have you been thinking about that much, or do you give that much thought?
I do, because there are a lot of things that I've written on paper or in journals for years and planned to embark on them and never got to do that. So this year, those things that I have on paper, I plan to actually put them into action. So that is one of my goals. And I could stand to shed a few pounds too, so.
Can't we all? Hide them behind my mask. But you know, and it's like, you know, when we kind of put these things down and say, okay, I'm going to actually accomplish some things.
Yes.
I mean, it's something we've got to make our mind up to definitely do that and to be committed to it, you know.
Exactly.
And sometimes it requires a little bit of motivation.
Yes.
As
A
well.
lot of motivation.
A lot of motivation, you know. And my sisters and I, we have this wellness thing that we're doing to really kind of make sure that we change our eating habits and to exercise, you know, certain, you know, several days out of the week, and, you know, to fast on certain days, but to just really kind of think about our health.
Yes.
Instead of looking at the numbers, instead of looking at the scale, just looking at our health, you know, and say, I want to be here. I still have a work to do, you know, and, you know, a lot to do. And so, and I think, too, that would help other people out there, too, to kind of put things in perspective that way.
Yes, yes. And, you know, being in healthcare, that is one of the things that I feel like I have to focus on more because I'm one of those images. I mean, when the patients see me, they're looking at me and, you know, they may say, well, she don't look like a healthy person. So I have to always be conscious of that and be mindful of the way that I eat. And I try to exercise more and just change my diet. I've even gone to fasting. That has helped me a lot in the past. And I have been able to drop 40 pounds in the past 2 years. So
Congratulations.
I'm still pressing forward, making changes every day. And
that's a good thing.
That's a motivation in itself.
Yes,
so I
it
have
is.
to know that I can't go back. I have to keep going forward.
That's right. And in all that we're doing and the positive things in our life, it's about moving forward.
Yes.
It's about moving forward. It's not about looking at what this person's doing, as we talked, Jason and I. It's about us as individuals.
Yes.
And things that we want to do in our lives to improve not just ourselves, but our community, our world. When you look at it from a large perspective,
Yes.
we can't change anybody but ourselves.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And another thing, one of the other things I decided to do was to pay it forward.
Yeah.
And just today I got a chance to do that. There was a young lady at a restaurant that I happened to be in today, and she didn't have enough money to pay for something that she wanted, so I paid for it for her.
That's a blessing.
I just could not, walk away and see her not get what she wanted, and I had it. So it felt so good to be able to do that.
Look at the blessing. So when the Lord blesses you, you're able to bless others, and that's what we should be able to do. That's what we want to do or strive to do, is to be a blessing to others. And and I think that when we start off small, the little things.
Yes.
There are little things that we can do every day of our lives to be a help to someone else,
That's right.
someone
That's right.
in need.
Because what's little to us may be big for someone else.
That's right. And it doesn't always require money. I think
Exactly.
about that because it's like we have to be able to give of our time. For me, to being, volunteer service, that's important because I do a lot of work with the church and to be able to give back in that way, to give of my time.
Exactly.
That's important to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated.
Oh, yeah, you all are always doing some wonderful things. And of
yes.
course, we know that in February, you've got your Crimson and Cream pageant
Yes.
coming up. And so you're already doing a lot of things. And so, this show, ladies and gentlemen, has been just kind of a snippet of some of the people in the community and them being able to talk about how 2017 has been for them and the things that they are striving to do differently. And so for you, whatever your resolutions are, whatever the things are in your life individually that you're resolving to do differently or to do more of, do it. Write them down. I write lists. Do you write lists?
I do. I have to all the time because if I don't write it down, then I'll forget it.
Yeah.
And writing it down, it reminds me of something that I have to do. And I even do short-term and long-term goals.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so write them down. Write them down if you need to, and to be able to mark them out once you've
Yes, that
once
feels
you've
so good.
accomplished that. And and commit to ourselves to. For me, it's like being on a better routine, a better schedule.
Yes.
Because I can sometimes stay up to late at night, but because I'm closer to 50 than not, that means Pat has to sleep in.
Right.
to get myself
More sleep, Pat.
That's
More
right.
sleep.
To get myself to be ready,
Yes, yes.
so that I can be spry. But we want you all to have a very safe New Year's coming in, and we want you to have a great year. We want you to spend more time with your families, like
Yes.
Dr. Hicks was saying.
Yes.
Spend more time with your family and friends, and to really to do more in the community, what you can to help others. And so, Cynthia, do you have a message or a word that you want to give to the people out there for this upcoming year?
Yes, probably the most important thing I would say right now is to not take life for granted. If there's something that you want to do, do it. If there's someone that you feel like you need to tell that you love them, tell them, because you never know when the last time may be.
That's right.
So don't take anything in life for granted, because it's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised.
It's not promised. I remember, when I was in college and my father was, he was actually on his deathbed. And so I got to spend, the Christmas break with him, and then I had to go back to college, like for New Year's, basketball schedules and stuff and practice. And I remember he told me that he was sorry for not getting to spend as much time with me as he wanted or as I wanted, because he worked so much. Right. And he passed away on January the 3rd. I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget it. And so I don't want us to have any kind of regret. So I want us to be able, like you say, to love people,
Yes.
to love people, and to be good and to be kind to people, no
Yes.
matter what.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's been an honor, Cynthia.
Oh, thank
Always
you.
so good to see you. Cynthia and I have been friends for a very long time, and nothing's changed yet.
No.
And so Happy New Year to everyone out there. We hope and pray that this is the best year yet for you all. Stay safe. Be good to one another. That's right. And when you set those goals, make sure that there's something we know that you can attain. So we're all rooting for each and every one of you. That's all the time we have for Real Talk here on TV 35. And please keep watching.
And tell someone you love them. Happy New Year.
We love you.
Love you too.